What is up, everyone? JD here. Hope you're doing well today. We're going to be doing my full review of the Glock from Bestech Man. Let's get into it. All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to do some size comparisons, profile, so you can see how thin or thick the knife is, both in hand and in pocket. We're going to check the weight in real world to see what this is coming in at, and then we'll jump into my thoughts and impressions. So let's get down to the table and do some size comparisons. First up, we're going to bring out the Spyderco Para 3. So right away, you can see that the Glock is more of your full-sized knife. Here it is against the Spyderco Shaman. So very in line with the Shaman, good length, full-size knife. There you go. Let's do a couple of budget knives. First, we're going to bring out the Migueron Moyarl, more of a medium-sized knife, just a little bit smaller than the Glock, not too much. You still get a full grip on that Moyarl. And then one of the other Bestechs that I really like here, and I'm flipping it intentionally here because I've had this for like a month and my button hasn't exploded. I know there's a couple out there that have exploded, and I get it. I get it. Turn you off to button locks. I get it. No judgment whatsoever, but there you go. It is very comparable to the Glock as far as the size. So let's do those profile comparisons that I talked about earlier, because both of these feel very thin, but I wonder how they compare to one another. They are identical. They are the exact same thickness. So let's check it out against the Shaman. Shaman feels a little bit more girthy. Nope. It's super close. I would even call it even. It's just too close to call. I am curious to see, this feels like it weighs a little bit more than the, I take it back. It feels about the same weight. Let's just look real quick. 3.4 on the good boy. Love that knife. 3.7. I could not tell that by hand. At first, I thought it felt like it was a little bit closer to 4 ounces, but it was just really, really hard to tell by hand. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into thoughts and impressions. Does it look like a Glock handle? Yes, it does. Glocks are very squared off, very rounded, very chamfered. They fill the hand up so that you can get a full grip on there and feel very secure in the grip. The frag pattern on there feels very Glock-ish, even though the knife itself is fairly thin. It totally feels like it, and it looks like it, right? It kind of looks like it. I don't know if it's exact, but it kind of looks like it. I personally like Smith & Wesson. I like the M&P series line. Actually, I like a lot of their lines, but the M&P line, a lot of the folks in the house have that in my house, but Glocks are good. So we're going to get back to the knife. Let's get back to the review. You got a button lock. You got a thumb disc here. Thumb disc are intended. I mean, you can get under it for the reverse flick. I think in the unboxing, I kind of harped or hung on a little bit too long. That thumb disc, you kind of want to grab onto the side of them. They usually have jimping on them and kind of flip them open that way. I like that about this one. Ergonomically, it is comfortable, but it does feel a little weird that this is radiused in so far. I feel like if they would have done like a traditional radius here, or if they would have gone out a little bit further, it wouldn't feel so weird, because it just feels like it just needs to be out here because everything else is out here. What they do with this is they kind of have like a gradual decrease here, so it's not as noticeable, but this is immediate and noticeable on here. So it does feel a little bit weird. I wouldn't say it makes it uncomfortable though. I think if they would have just gone, the thumb studs, I could understand why you need that much, but I think if they would have just rounded it out a little bit there, it probably would A, look better, and B, feel a little bit better. But it's not uncomfortable. It just feels weird. Pocket clips is nice. I don't know why they didn't make it reversible. It is nested in here. I guess they wanted to keep the look clean, and I get it. Aesthetically, it's very clean looking, but button locks, you can reverse them, and they don't look that awful when you have the screws and everything there for the liner. It's not a horrible takeaway, but it does keep the look cleaner. I get it. Totally get it. The action on here is good. The button on this one, this is like, the third Bestech Man I've encountered with a button lock, and I have personally not had any issues, and I would fully dissolve that if I did. I continue to be very aggressive with deploying this one. I'm waiting for it to fail on me so that I can say, hey, yep, me too. I just think it's unfortunate. I think there was probably a batch of knives out there that came out, and maybe they changed a bit or something on the machining, a machine that was doing the machining, and the tolerances on one got off somehow. I got lucky, and that just didn't happen to me, and I just hate that happened because I really like this a lot. I've had no issues with it whatsoever. I've tested the crap out of it. I took it apart, cleaned it, reassembled it. So I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. I think it's unfortunate, but I think Bestech is owning it and they're replacing it when it happens. I'm sure they're QCing the ones that are going back out to make sure that nothing happens to them, but I think they would have adjusted whatever would have been causing that. You're getting 14C28N on this knife. I am down to my last sheet of paper. I'm going to have to bring some more up. I mean, Bestech does good stuff as I totally ripped the paper. Let's just not do that again. I'm folding it to kind of make it fit under the camera, but Bestech does a great job. Oh, you know what? Or is that just dirt? I was going to say it might be that it has a little chip on it. Let me see. Oh yeah. Oh, is it? Wait, hold on. Yeah, it does have a little bit of a chip on it. So let's just really quick. It feels a little rough right there, and I apologize. All my equipment's up here. I like to demonstrate this on camera while I have it because it is very interesting. Like, what do you do in that instance where, something was cut with it and you start to feel a little bit of that? Yeah, I can feel a little bit of the roughness there. And I don't know if that's factory edge. If this is what I think it is, I'm probably the first one after Kevin that's been in the pass around for this. I don't know what type of testing Kevin did with it. And what am I up to? I think that was 7, 8, 9. We'll do 10. Sorry, 10. We'll do 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I just like to demonstrate how easy it is to maintain 14C28N. So, all right, 1, 15. All right, and let's just make sure there's nothing hanging on there. All right, so we got a little bit of paper here. Let's just, man, 14C28N is so easy to maintain. And I do this because it is going in the pass around group. I don't want someone to get one of these and think, oh my God, this edge from Bestech is awful. It's really not the edge from Bestech. I don't know what type. Kevin carried this for a little while. I remember him talking about that. He carried a little bit because he was trying to decide how he felt about the way that the handle kind of stopped. And I kind of think I understand where he was coming from in the review because it just feels weird. It's not uncomfortable. Just feels weird. Button lock on here feels just like it does on the Good Boy. It's a good button lock. Doesn't get in the way when you're trying to grip it. If you're using it left-handed, it doesn't get in the way. It just feels weird the way that it kind of ends. It almost feels a little bit better like if I really squeeze up here and I get the middle finger to kind of share the hole with it. It almost kind of feels a little bit better. I like the jimping on there. Good cutting geometry. I wonder if that was me. I did break down an Amazon box with it. What came in? Oh, my 49er hoodie and shirt. The shirt came in a bag, but they threw the whole thing, both of those in the box, and I think like my probiotics came with it or whatever. But I like this. It's something a little bit different, and I can appreciate that in the marketplace. And you know what I didn't check on this one? Let's check that price. That's what I didn't check. This is the Bestech Man Glok. No, I didn't mean Glock. They changed it. I think this is like $50. No, this one's 68. It's got 14C28 in. This has got D2. I was like, this is like 52, but it's got D2. This one's 68, and it's got 14C28 in. And it's still comparable to like Civivi's. right? So VVs can range anywhere from like, what is it, Nitro V on the Elementum button lock 2, Elementum 2 button lock. How much is that one? Let me see. Let's see. Elementum 2. 65. So there you go. Not much of a difference. Very comparable. I personally, I'd get the good boy. I'm not deterred at all. I mean, I feel like if you get one and the button lock on it fails for whatever reason, just reach out to Bestech, man. They're gonna make it right. They do not want the publicity to be bad. Right now, they have a lot of people coming to them, designers coming to them to make their knives, and they're not going to want any bad publicity. They're going to get that fixed ASAP. I promise you. And I've had zero issue with mine, and I've had people comment in my review video that they've had no issues, and this feels equally as solid. And I like 14C28N a little bit better. And if you like this design, or maybe you want it to go with your Glock, there you go. Let me know your thoughts about the Bestech Glock down in the comments below. Shout out and thanks to everyone out there that leaves the comments, likes, and is subscribed. I appreciate all the support. I love you guys, and I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time.